Hello, beautiful people. Hope this finds you all well. I just thought I'd take a moment to hop on and share a moment or two with you all and to explore the up and coming podcast that is going to be released this coming Sunday, which can be found via my website. Links to the podcast will be in the description of this video, and what we're going to be exploring, what we're going to be looking at, are simple truths for a complicated world and tools to navigate times of uncertainty. There is a huge amount moving in our world, and it was yesterday, kind of looking out the window and thinking, wow, it looks as if spring has arrived. The blackthorn is showing there within the hedgerow. The snowdrops have been with us for some time. The three-cornered leek is out there in abundance. One of my go-tos for foraging. It makes the most incredible early spring salad alongside wild garlic, or the other way that we use it is we use it within a soup, as in three-cornered leek, so leek and potato soup. Or the other way that I know myself and many others use it is it's an incredible cheese sandwich filling. Beautiful. It is like spring onion, and it is full of all the goodness. Now, some of which we are going to be exploring in the podcast show of this week. So, simple truths for a complicated world. And yesterday, I kind of looked out the window and I thought to myself, spring, it felt as if spring has arrived. The thing is, over the last couple of weeks, we've got that sense of, the days longer, warming up, and you get that feeling as if you're being pulled back into the outer world from the inner, and you got that sense of being pulled back into the world from that place of kind of rest and hibernation that winter holds us in. And then a day later you've got kind of heavy winds, rain, and it's bitterly cold, and you just get thrown back into the inner. So we've had that kind of dance and that kind of movement between those two worlds. But yesterday it felt absolutely as if spring had arrived, and it does feel very similar to today. And I finished up my email consultations and my admin, and I thought to myself, yes. And I headed down to the Boffy. My dad had kindly gifted Tristan and I some beautiful Sweet Williams. There was a whole tray of Sweet Williams, and I thought to myself, let's get them in the ground. Let's water them in. And it just felt really good, really good to nurture life. With all that's happening, it just felt really good to nurture life, and also get my fingers into the soil. And I just kind of gently closed my eyes, and I could feel the sunshine on my face. And that's something that an experience that I had around about 9 years ago when I come out of hospital. Many of you know the story of me learning to walk again, and then to get back up on my feet. And I stood there at the hospital door, and I'd taken a long slow walk with my physio. And as I was leaving hospital, she said to me, two choices: we can either take the long slow walk, or I can give you a lift in the wheelchair. And I was like, let's take the slow long walk. And that was all about when I first come to after the operation. She had she come over and introduced herself and said, right, before we start, what is it that you want from your recovery? And I thought that was an incredible way of meeting that and approaching that. And I said, what I want is to be able to walk out of here. Okay, and it turned out she was a Reiki therapist. You know, these things are never by chance. And so many experiences I've had, and I think when I look back, how blessed and how incredible and how magical and how amazing. You know, these things, you know, are just, they're really, really, really incredible. But so I closed my eyes. And it kind of reminded me, and I remember standing at that hospital doorway and saying to myself, from this moment on, I will strive to always appreciate every moment and to never ever waste a single moment again. And it was a really powerful moment. And I think that the times that we're living in, you know, we need to kind of, in a way, you know, visit that and kind of look at where time and energy and, you know, what's going on. So this coming podcast will be released Sunday. Simple truths for a complicated world and tools to navigate times of uncertainty. And we're looking at tangible tools, you know, tangible ways and how we can simplify our lives and how to inspire those around us to maybe do the same. We're looking at tools, you know, looking at how to get rid of unnecessary costs, to focusing on what we love, to taking good care of ourselves, giving ourselves the permission to do so, reconnecting with nature, showing kindness. You know, we've all been brought up and conditioned into this society that's been so competitive. You know, we've been brought up in a competitive society. You know, many people kind of, you know, literally, you know, it's that sense of, you know, kind of trying to get ahead. And, you know, if we look out into the world right now, we are witnessing incredible acts of selflessness in the service of others. And I think, you know, when spirits say we're being woven back into the centre, is it not time to cultivate seeds of kindness? You know, maybe also we need to look at, no one here doing this, but we need to look at complaining less and cultivating deeper gratitude. You know, we've been again conditioned and duped into this continuous struggle to acquire or achieve more. And it's always happiness is in the future. In a way, then we're forgetting to enjoy what has been offered in this very moment. And I think that was that thing of me closing my eyes and feeling deep gratitude that I could walk again. Oh my God, yeah, deep gratitude for being able to walk again. And just that sense of from this moment onwards, it was a powerful agreement that I made with myself, like at a deep soul level. You know, so it's you know, really kind of leaning into what we've been offered in this very moment. You know, and when we move away from that, it's no wonder that life seems like a constant struggle, because we're never there. You know, it's the promise of happiness of somewhere in the future, and we've been sold that. We've been really duped that. You know, we are living in a time where we are going to see some huge kind of change, because it is coming towards us. You know, the cost of living is going to, you know, just explode. And it is, you know, it's that generations before us that make, do, and mend. We explore all of that in the podcast. And although it's great to set new goals and make plans for tomorrow, we need to realise that it's only the present that we really have, and we're seeing that really, really, really kind of anchored into our reality with all that we're seeing in the world. And that we can, enjoy ourselves only by being grateful for the little things that we're fortunate to experience in the here and now. That's kind of been really kind of cracked open within us as well. And it's also in these times giving yourself permission. And lastly, we explore building genuine friendships and listen to your inner voice. So there we are, some food for thought. You will find the podcast being released this Sunday. I will put some links into the description of this video, and also going to point you into the direction of an incredible, inspiring lady called Jonah Jinton. Many of you probably do follow her, or you have heard of her, but I read her latest post a few days back, and I thought, oh my word, it speaks volumes, and it really touched a deep place in me when I shared there are no words, there's just prayers, and how I was and I shared this recently on Instagram, how I was struggling to find the words, and that's something that normally comes so easily. So I'll put a link in the description for that really heartfelt, inspirational post as well. But in the meantime, keep shining. As I say, it will be released this Sunday, but I will put a link to the podcast page, and you can also follow the podcast Soul Alchemy by myself on Spotify. So in the meantime, keep shining, and sending you all so much love.